21 on the east coast of Demerara from Unity to Bijval from 9 hours to 15 hours. The reason for this outage, transfer high voltage mains and line hardware to 17 new 14-meter poles and remove old poles. Major plant maintenance also for Berbice in Blackbush Polder from 10 hours to 16 hours. Reason for this outage, transfer high voltage mains and line hardware to 5 new 12-meter poles, replace 7 cross arms and pole top pins, service high voltage jumpers and remove vegetation. Weekly plant maintenance allows for routine inspection and maintenance of the network to provide customers with a reliable supply of electricity. GPL, empowering you.
Good afternoon, Guyana. This you're listening to Kaieteur Radio on FM 99.1 in Demerara and Essequibo, and 99.5 in Berbice. The radio with a difference. Today is Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. And I want to thank you for spending this time with me. I want to thank all the listeners who are listening across the length and breadth of this great and blessed nation. Those who are listening in the hinterlands and the riverine communities, thank you for listening. And not to forget those who are listening across the globe in the A, B, C, C, E, America, Britain, Canada, the Caribbean, and Europe. Thank you for listening. And all of our regular listeners in Grenada, in Antigua, in Brazil, in Norway, Dubai, California, thank you all for listening. You are listening to the Wake Up Guyana show with Tony from Machinoy. The number to reach us, and you can call right away. You don't have to wait. That number to reach us is 226-7453, 226-7453, and WhatsApp SMS. Message only. No phone call on 622-2222. That WhatsApp SMS number again is 622-2222. This Wake Up Guyana show comes to you Monday through Friday from 1400 hours. I would like to take this time to encourage you to listen tonight to the Glenn Lowell Show at 7:20 p.m. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can hear the Glenn Lowell Show right here on this radio station. Or for a rebroadcast of the said show, you can listen at 1100 hours daily for the rebroadcast of the said show. And tonight, Mr. Lal will be talking about if the people of Guyana don't wake up and do something, we will end up becoming just like Africa. Africa at one time was a wealthy, rich country, but the foreigners came in and took all of their wealth, and now Africa has become a country that depends and live on donations. So they went from rag to riches and now back to rags. And if you don't say something, do something, speak up, you, me, we all will end up a country that will be begging for donations. So tonight, if you want to hear more, please listen to the Glenn Lowell Show at 7:20 p.m. And going to the front page of today, Kaieteur News, and as I said before, this is a This is a program. It's a show for you. I am here to hear from you. You pick the topic. You steer the discussion. So whatever's on your mind today, I want to hear it. I am here to listen. I'm here to learn. I want to hear your views, your opinions, and your concerns and the issues that face you on a daily basis. I can tell you that last night, after this show, I was very disturbed by what I heard on this show yesterday. Several callers called and they poured out their heart and soul, their struggles about what they go through on a daily basis here in Guyana. Two of those calls kept me up last night. I will tell you that I was overwhelmed with emotions and sympathy and compassion for two of those calls. One was a gentleman who's 53 years old who called to say that he feels hopeless for Guyana. He doesn't see any future for Guyana. And that really broke my heart. Here is a middle-aged man, and he doesn't have any hope for this country. So that was one of the calls that really resonated with me. And a second one was a lady called to say that she is not able to get her insulin. And when she can't get her insulin, it brings tears to her eyes. Not just water tears, but literally blood comes down in her tears. That's what happens to her when she's unable to get her insulin medication. And she said that she do not have any hope for getting any medication anytime soon because the clinic told her they do not know when they will have medication. And that, my friend, broke my heart because here is a woman who, without medication, cry blood, literally blood comes out of her eyes. It also affects her vision. She's a diabetic, and so she need that insulin. And months after months, weeks after weeks, years after years, she said it continued to be a problem at the clinic not having medication. And then finally, there's a couple on the West Coast. A taxi driver brought it to our attention if you were listening yesterday. And this couple unable to walk. And so he would take them to collect the public assistance. And he said that several times he took them to pick up the public assistant. There was no book. Apparently, you have to have some kind of book in order to get this public assistant. And he said every time they take a taxi, they have to pay hundreds of dollars to get to pick up their money and to get back home. And they get the royal runaround every time they go to pick up their money. There's no book, or they need to do a physical. It is always something. And he says by the end of the month, when they pick up the public assistant, half of it is already gone to taxi fares. You understand how emotional, how overwhelming I feel. Yesterday's program was very, very emotional for me. and I hope it was for you, because I see the poor, the powerless, and the peasants in this country. Nobody cares about them. They're on their own. And I hope and I pray that some one of our leaders will have compassion, will have a conscience, will help these people to have a better life. And then the worst part of all of the discussion yesterday, what these people told me, is that when they go to the clinic to get their medication, the staff at the various clinic treats them like a lappy dog. They humiliate them. They shame them. They talk down to them. They disrespect them. And it is so sad that here you going to get your medication. They don't have any to give to you, but you still have to be humiliated and treated like a second-class citizen in your own country. So I want to hear from you today. I want to hear what breaks your heart. You heard what breaks my heart. Poor people being taken advantage of, being disrespected, shamed, humiliated. That's what breaks my heart. Poor people who feel hopeless, helpless here in the 21st century, in a country that has found oil to be so much, and yet the poor and the powerless doesn't see one penny of it. And so today, I want to hear from you. That number to reach us is 226-7453, 226-7453. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Wake Up Guyana show. Go right ahead, please.
Tony,
Yes.
I want to know. You hear me?
Yes, go ahead, sir. I'm hearing you
I
loud and
want
clear.
to know why is it when they got election, the African people and the Indian people, they are separated, and when now the aisle is empty, why the people don't come out and talk?
You finished, sir?
You hear me, sir?
Yes. Are you finished?
You listen what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Why is it when they got election,
Yes.
all African people, Indian people separate from one another?
Yes.
Now the politician don't want to hear nothing. Why we can't come out like Lyndon Nurse? And hold up, let me get the rights for this I concern. You heard me?
Yes, sir. That's a wonderful question that
Wonderful. Yeah.
you posted. Why is it when it comes to election, the different races vote separately, and then after election, and when we're being taken advantage of, those
Yeah.
two races do not unite and fight for their rights? Is that your
They have
question?
to fight for the rights. They ain't coming out. They're only talking over the radio, but it's not coming out like the Linden, what you call it. I appreciate the Linden. I appreciate.
Yes. So for our listeners who may not know what's going on in Linden, for several days,
Yeah.
the people of Linden, the staff, the nurses, they are fighting for their rights. They have a CEO who they want to be gone.
Yes.
They want him to be terminated. And they are protesting for his termination.
Every time I listen to this program, it burned my heart for nobody else. People doing to me. You know?
Yes,
it burned
sir.
in my heart. If you know what I did for this country, you listen to me?
Yes, tell us what you did.
If you know what I did for this country, I live in Perico, and you know what I did? I doing it free, volunteer, me alone as a Muslim. I painted the whole highway, you know, the square concrete blocks.
Yes.
I painted it with whitewash. Volunteer.
Thank you.
And I don't want my face and my nothing from my body go on Facebook for nobody see it. I doing it for God.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
You hear me?
You're a true patriot.
Yes, I am.
you put
And if
country.
if you see me, I'm a very simple,
Yeah.
quiet, easy, but a very ignorant. But it's only because I'm Muslim, I belong to low gravy. You
Yes.
know what I?
Yes, and you are
I want to talk to Uncle Lal, but I'm getting through with him.
okay. You want me to
Um,
give you his number?
If
Okay.
you want to give me number, I
Yes.
got your number
Oh, you
here,
got the number.
227
Yes.
two
What?
two six 7453.
No, that's not his number. I can give
That is
you.
not his number.
No, I will give you his personal number.
Well, here what happened.
Uh-huh.
Hold me for a minute, no?
Uh-huh.
Leg him a pen.
Okay, no problem. While you're looking for your pen, let me tell you this. It's people like you that makes this country a better country.
You would like to know, you would like to hear my voice and see my face, and when I talk, I very upful.
Yes.
Get me, Uncle Lal number.
Okay, 624
624, yeah?
624
Uh-huh.
64
64, yeah?
56.
5,
6 5 6.
5, 6.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day. And please call every week and give us an update how your project is going.
Yes.
Okay? And God bless you. Take care. Bye bye. Well, as you can hear, that caller is a true patriot. He puts country before himself. Thank you, caller. And I encouraging you to call and share with us what your concerns are. What keeps you up at night? What bothers you? The number to reach us is 226 7453. 226 7453. Other ways that you can join this discussion is on MyTuner app, Radio Garden app, WhatsApp, Kaieteur News Online, or on YouTube. These are some other ways that you can be a part of this program. Reminding you that this program comes to you Monday through Friday from 1400 hours, and you are listening to the Wake Up Guyana program. So let's go to the news. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go right ahead.
To me, yes. When you open the program, you had to hear the same about the guy wearing future in Guyana.
Yes.
Yes. But like, to me, man, I say that like he misusing the mask. He wearing it over, he even sounding like a Guyanese. How you see no future for Guyana, man? All this development going on, how you seeing it?
So you tell us what you see. You see a future?
Yes, man, I see plenty future for Guyana.
Okay.
Like a Guyanese.
You see a bright future.
Yes.
Do you
Like
mind?
a great government we got.
Okay.
You think so, man? You don't think we got a great government?
Let me ask you this, caller. That young man, he's 53. Are you in middle age or are you younger?
My age?
Yes. You mind sharing that with me?
Yeah, 45.
Okay, so you in his age group, and you see a bright future because we have a new government, correct?
Yes.
What other reason do you see a bright future besides the government? Are you there?
Yeah, bright future for myself.
Okay, you see a bright future for yourself, but
Yes.
I'm trying to get
Here, Tony.
yes,
Here, let me move on to the other brother, man. The other brother, what is the carry public assistance?
yes,
The public assistance story.
correct.
Yeah. But here, since last year, the government advertising that they will do a complete review of it. But they maybe not here. And plus, when they go, they make a mistake, so it's an ongoing thing. Right?
Okay.
You got to get your paper stamp.
Right.
How you want come without the stamp for go and the human service must access.
One of the issues
You know,
that
and plus they must be going late.
okay, what
You know?
what the caller presented was they're supposed to be having received some books before they can receive their money, but
Yeah.
every time they go, there's no books, and without the books, you can't get money.
It's plenty body you get involved like that, you know. It's because they go late on them thing, man. But
Yeah.
they eventually get it. They don't lose on it. They don't last on it. They
Yeah.
get every cent back.
But what happened in the meanwhile when you can't put a roti on your table while you wait for that money to come? What do you do in the meanwhile?
I don't know what the person does do, you know. I don't know what them is do.
Yeah, both of them apparently
what they do.
cannot walk, so they're
At
disabled.
least they make it to 2021.
Yes.
And I know at least they live in all the time.
Okay.
I know what they do.
Well, caller, I'm happy to hear that you are hopeful and that you have hope, and we want
One
to
is
hear.
right. One is right, Tony.
Yes.
One Guyana. Push for that man.
Thank
You
you.
don't get ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you. As you can hear, this caller is very hopeful. He sees a bright future. He believes that the current government will do well and Guyana will succeed. What say you? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him? The number to reach us is 226-7453. Caller, go right ahead with your question or comment.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tony.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I am too blessed to be depressed and too anointed to be disappointed. Thank you. Go right ahead,
Okay.
please.
I have one concern that I would like to share.
Go right ahead.
Concerning this Ponzi scheme. We really ain't hearing nothing about it anymore.
Did you lose any money?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind telling us how much you lost? If not, it's okay.
I lose like 500,000
Oh, wow.
plus my son lose like 250.
Oh,
My
boy.
daughter lose like 100,000.
Oh, gosh. That's close to
Then,
$1 million between the family.
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened, how it all started? Somebody introduced you.
Yes, somebody told me about it, but I was kind of scared at first.
Okay,
but
so they started with you, not your son and daughter. You were the first
no.
person.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
go ahead. Tell us what happened.
And I put my money, 1.2. That was all I had in my name, and I only get back half of it. And every time you keep calling, they're telling you different stuff, and you're hearing nothing. And I am out of a job like a whole year now.
And caller,
Yes,
caller,
yes, sir.
you are breaking my heart. You put
I know.
all of that money down, and all you got back is half.
Half
And
of
right
it.
now, you're getting the royal running around to get your money back.
Yes, because nobody says nothing anymore. You're hearing nothing about it anymore.
It is so heart-wrenching and heartbreaking. And the sad part of it all is that those people who did this to you are walking the
Freely.
street freely. They're sleeping well at night.
Yes.
They're eating good in the day. And I'm sure this keeps you up at night, does it not?
Yes.
You go over it over and over in your mind. And then the fact that you got your children involved, I know that even hurts you more.
Yes.
You
Because
go ahead.
I kind of more worried over them because
Yes.
they are not out of a job, you know,
Yes.
and it's so hard because, I mean, he walking freely. And
Yes.
every time you call or you send a message to them, nobody says nothing about it.
And you know-
Nothing.
and
Absolutely
you
nothing.
and you need that money right
Really.
now, don't you?
Yes, sir. Badly.
Oh boy, I feel so heartbroken to hear this. And you know, all you want is your money back. Isn't
Yes,
that correct?
yes,
That's
yes,
all
sir.
you want. You don't want
Yes, sir. No
you don't want
profit, no
justice.
nothing.
You don't want anything else. You
No,
don't care
no.
if they go to prison or not. All you want is your money back.
Yes.
Is
yes.
that too much to ask?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
No. And it's so unfortunate, and I'm sure this is really all day on your mind, is it not?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm so sorry, caller. Okay,
I
can
know.
you do me a favor? Can you call every week and give me an update?
Sure.
Okay, and so we
Sure.
can call those and deal with those relevant people who has your money and
Yep.
will return your money. We'll keep calling on them every week. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You have a
Thank
good
you
day.
so much. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Bye.
Okay. Wow. We're going to take a break. And as we go to a break, yesterday I was down, depressed, heartbroken from the stories that I heard. And it looked like we're going in the same directions today. So please pray for this lady that she able to get her hard earned money back that she worked honestly to get. She's not rich, she's not wealthy. $1 million is a lot of money for her. And I just pray that you help with me, pray that she'll get her money back as soon as possible. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back.
Public advisory. Planned maintenance schedule for March 12th and 13th, 2021. Friday, March 12th, 2021 on the west bank of Demerara from Friesland and Freeneasy from 8 to 14 hours. On Saturday, March 13th, 2021 on the west coast of Demerara from Edinburgh to La Jealousy from 8 to 12 hours. And on Saturday, March 13th, 2021 on the west coast of Demerara from Windsor Forest to Best Village from 12 to 16 hours. Did you know weekly planned maintenance allows for routine inspection and maintenance of the network to provide customers with a reliable supply of electricity? GPL, empowering you.
GPL Public Advisory. Major planned maintenance for Wednesday, March 10th, 2021 on the east coast of Demerara from Unity to Bijval from 9 hours to 15 hours. The reason for this outage: transfer high voltage mains and line hardware to 17 new 14-meter poles and remove old poles. Major plant maintenance also for Berbice in Blackbush Polder from 10 hours to 16 hours. Reason for this outage: transfer high voltage mains and line hardware to 5 new 12-meter poles, replace 7 cross arms and pole top pins, service high voltage jumpers, and remove vegetation. Weekly plant maintenance allows for routine inspection and maintenance of the network to provide customers with a reliable supply of electricity. GPL, empowering you.
CARICOM General Insurance, a better value for better protection. Get your ship and cargo covered with us today. To better serve you, you can now purchase your insurance online from the comfort of your home. CARICOM General Insurance Company Inc., located at 121 Regent and Ornock Streets. You can contact us on telephone numbers 225-1787 or you can try 269-0020. Public Advisory. GPL is coming to you. The Guyana Power and Light Inc. wishes to advise our valued customers within the Providence community and neighboring environs that GPL will be hosting a community outreach on Saturday, March 13th, 2021 at Massey Stores, Providence, East Bank, Demerara from 9 hours to 1400 hours. Residents are encouraged to come with your questions or queries regarding GPL bill or any other GPL related matters, as GPL's competent staff will be on site to assist customers at the point of their need. Hashtag GPL is on the move. For more information, call GPL's call center on 226-2600 or contact GPL's Public Relations Unit on 225-1471.
Welcome back to the Wake Up Guyana show on Kaieteur Radio, FM 99.1 in Demerara and Essequibo, and 99.5 in Berbice. The radio with a difference. You are listening to the Wake Up Guyana show. And just to remind you tonight, please listen to the Glenn Lal show. Mr. Glenn Lal will be on at 7:20 tonight, and he will be talking to you about the oil companies, how they are taking advantage over us. So listen tonight and listen Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the Glenn Lal show. Also, for a rebroadcast of that show, you can listen at 1100 hours on this radio station. The number to reach us again is 226-7453, 226-7453, or WhatsApp SMS only, 622 2222. My heart is breaking. I'm feeling a lot of pain when I hear stories of what people who are poor, who are powerless, when they're taken advantage of. Here's a woman who put almost $1 million into this Ponzi scheme. She got back half of it, and she's waiting for the other half. And who knows when she will get that, and if she will get it. Because right now, she is getting the royal runaround, and that's usually not a good sign. I can tell you that once you get in the royal runaround, you will be run around until you get tired of being run around and you give up. That's what most people end up doing, giving up. So the number to reach us is 226-7453, 226-7453. Mr. Kevin is going to take Miss King place today, and he will be reading some of your Facebook and WhatsApp messages. So please provide your comments, your questions on Facebook and WhatsApp, and please give me constructive feedback. Tell me when I am falling short. Tell me when I'm not being fair and balanced. I want to be the best on this show, so you can help me to become better. Please be honest with your and be blunt with your constructive feedback. Also, reminding you that Mr. Gildari will not be back on this Wake Up Guyana show, and we truly will miss him. Mr. Kevin, do you have any comments or question,
sir.
please?
Coming from David Budna. David Budna is saying, my contribution today is NIS pension book uplifting area at Bricktown is not working efficiently. For example, pensioners who are waiting under a tent to uplift their books are waiting very long. Also, if they go first, sometimes they get attended till last because of no first come or number system. And NIS team needs to set up a number system and maintain it, not just for a day or two. And we also have someone saying, good afternoon, I'm living in Diamond Housing Scheme and I am at home all the time. I've been looking out for the filaria distributors, but they haven't come by, and I understand the campaign has ended in this region. Could you find out how I could access the pills? And someone saying, interesting for you, Mr. Anthony. Someone is saying, Mr. Anthony, how can you listen to these heart-wrenching, sad stories and say that you are too anointed to be disappointed and too blessed to be depressed?
I love that.
You've been put on the spot.
I love that. I love that. I love that. It's a very good question, and this is why I love to hear and read the feedback from Messenger, from WhatsApp, and from Facebook. Thank you for that comment. I'm hoping that some listeners can help me answer that question, because it is a very honest and profound question, and I will need some time to ponder it before I can give a response. Why? And the question is, the message says, how can you say that you are too anointed to be disappointed and too blessed to be depressed when there are people who are pouring out their disappointment, their disgust, their frustration, their depression, their struggles? All of these terrible things are happening to these people. And how can you say that you are too anointed to be disappointed? and too blessed to be depressed. Well, I would answer that by saying, I do not let my circumstances direct my attitude. In other words, I am a pretty upward looking person. I don't look to man, I look to God. And I put my trust and my faith in God and God only, not in man. As far as I see it, man, they all came from the same mango tree, meaning that they all are the same. They're no different. And I don't care what side of the political aisle they're on, they're all the same. They came from the same mango tree. So the reason I can be too blessed to be depressed and too anointed to be disappointed is because regardless of who is in power, I don't look to them to give me hope. We had a caller earlier who has hope for Guyana because of the new government. Caller, go right ahead with your question and comment. Go right. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
I am the first part
Your
of
music?
online class.
I'm hearing your music.
No, I don't have music.
Okay. All right. Maybe it's my music I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay, go right ahead, please.
The online classes.
Yes.
I call in, he said,
Christchurch?
call back every day.
Christchurch, right?
I'm going to Christchurch.
Yes.
You're not getting no online class.
Yes. So let me, for the listeners, this caller been calling for several weeks. But first caller, let me tell you, I've been thinking about you, and I
did not get you yesterday. I
Okay.
try all the time.
Yes. Let me tell you though, I am so proud of you that you are a very good parent, very concerned. You take education seriously, and you want
course.
your children them to have the best education.
Because I'm a single parent.
And for that, I give you a lot of compliments because unfortunately, you and I know that there are not many parents who pushes education like you are doing. How they don't really see the importance of it like you do. Am I correct, caller?
Exactly.
And I can tell you from my own
Can
experience,
you speak to anybody about concerns? Yes?
we still working on it. We putting together a letter to send to the school and the Ministry of Education. And I know you don't want to give me your number off, but can I give you a number? And this would be anonymous. We got somebody who wants to put a letter together. Won't use your name. It'll be totally anonymous. But they need to interview you to get some more information. But I will give you the number for you to call them. You can block your number when you call, so they won't know. They won't know. You know, you will keep the confidentiality. Are you willing to do that? Caller, are you there?
Yes, dear. Yes, dear.
Would you take the number down and call that person, and so we can put this letter together?
Sure. I have to get a pen.
Okay.
A pen.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
675
Yes, 675.
3062.
Yeah, 362.
Yes, repeat the number just to make sure.
675.
Yes.
3062.
Yes, call anytime after 4 p.m.
I will.
All right, and we're gonna get the children of Christchurch. We're gonna get them to get their education. And let me tell you why I'm so proud of you. When I was growing up, my mom didn't show that same zeal for education like you showing. She didn't emphasize it. She didn't push for it as much as you are pushing. And so this is why I commend you. And I encourage other parents to do what you're doing. You have to
That
give
is
your
what I'm so upset. No other parent listening, they don't call in.
Yes, and I'm so surprised too. And there's so many parents who children are going to that school. But do you know what happened, caller? I believe they're paying for the private lessons, so they don't care. You, on the other hand, you can't afford the
Okay.
private lessons. So do you see what happens? They not bothered by it because they are paying for their lessons. Am I correct?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. So thank you, caller, and
You're
please
most welcome.
call again next
Please
week.
look into it to help us.
We will. This is why we put in this letter together. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you. And we are got some more message. Thank you, Kevin. You're doing a wonderful job. And I always appreciate when I have Mr. Kevin or Miss King here to assist me. Please go right ahead.
Yes, we have Nathan Prasad sending a quote from Stalin. Stalin once ripped all the feathers off a live chicken as a lesson to his followers. He then set the chicken on the floor a short distance away. The chicken was bloodied and suffering immensely. Yet, when Stalin began to toss some bits of wheat toward the chicken, it followed him around. He said to his followers, "This is how easy it is to govern stupid people. They will follow you no matter how much pain you cause them, as long as you throw them a little worthless treat once in a while." That was something forwarded from Nathan Prasad. And heading over to the Facebook comments, we have Sati Ramja saying people need to value their hard labor themselves and their money and not run after quick money schemes.
Okay? That's all?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kevin. And Mr. Kevin, caller, go right ahead with your question or comment. Good afternoon. Raj, we getting some music feedback and it's not coming from our callers. Go right ahead, caller, please. Caller?
Hello.
Yes, go right ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Tony,
Good
and your other host there.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you both?
I am too blessed to be depressed and too anointed to be disappointed. Thank you. Go right ahead, please.
Okay.
Take your time. Take
I
your
would
time.
like to know. I would like to know why GPL didn't come on the show today.
You know, that's a very good question. I would like to know the same as well. No, didn't show up, didn't call, and I don't know what that means if they.
Because I have a serious problem with my neighbor and the wiring. So I don't know after the program if you could take my number
Sure.
and give me a call that I could get to the person to
Oh.
complain.
Okay, give me the number, please.
22
Yes.
55
Okay, 2255.
201.
Okay, 201. Let me repeat it. 2255201.
That's it, love.
Okay, and after the show, we'll give you a buzz. Okay.
Yes,
And
I'll
I'll
be
give you
looking
the
forward. Thank
and
you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a blessed evening.
Likewise to you. Bye bye. Thank you for that call.
Okay, dear.
All right. Bye bye. We haven't gotten to the front page news yet, but which I'm happy that you're calling, and I encourage you to continue to call because this is what this show is about. It's about taking your phone calls, about hearing your complaints, your comments, your experience. Caller, go right ahead with your comment or question, please. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon, sir.
My brother, I listened about it, about the Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
The Ponzi scheme, these pandits and these mages and these priests, the pastor them,
Yes.
who encourage these people to do these things and never earn nothing. You know, this government of this country, if they had a heart for the poor people, because no rich, the rich people, like Choke Gas Station, like Trans-Pacific, all them places, hundreds of billions they collected. But when the poor people get to know about the Ponzi scheme, they was anxiously trying to get something. And now they fail. They took their money and they give. But it is something like what you call money laundering. It's something against the government. But if this government have a heart for the poor people, he would carry out a COI into this matter. Because a man like Rodney, Dr. Walter Rodney, they had spent actually $1 billion to carry out a COI for him. And if Rodney were alive, you hear, PPP government don't think Rodney would have sided with them. Rodney would have murdered them. But they stand up for Rodney because of the PNC had murdered Rodney. And you know something, one of Rodney's member, one of his disciples, told the CEO for GCOM to burn the ballots them and do an election again. That is that is the people who this government was fighting for. And if they have a heart, they will stand up to see that the poor people get back their money. Every cent, my sir.
And thank you, caller. And you are absolutely right. Especially the poor and the powerless are most of the people that got caught in this scheme. And it bothers me sometimes when people don't understand how people can be tricked and be fooled and be deceived by Ponzi scheme, because you wouldn't believe it. You don't have to be uneducated to be caught in a Ponzi scheme. I'm going to put it to you, one of the biggest Ponzi scheme was in America, and the guy name was Bernie Madoff. And Bernie Madoff clients was the rich, the wealthy, and the famous. And he was able to pull off a Ponzi scheme to rip off some of the brightest minds. So it's not only people who are not educated that falls for these Ponzi schemes, as some people believe, because Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme did not have a single poor person. They all was extremely wealthy. We talking about the people in the 1% upper economical in America. So please don't be too hard on these people who were deceived by this Ponzi scheme. Just have some compassion on them, because as you heard the caller, she lost close to $1 million, including her children lost money too. And this is a poor family. Almost all of her savings, her life savings, she lost to that Ponzi scheme. And I cannot condemn her. Caller, go right ahead for your question or comments, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, go right ahead.
What I would like to find out, or what I would like to ask you, if that anybody forced them to go through the Ponzi scheme story, who sent them into that? If me send them, you send them, Gildari send them?
No, sir.
If wasn't the government, if not was this present government to bring up that story, if been the past government, it been done gone under the earth, not under the table, we have to wait and see what's going to take place. The people don't carry the money, God knows how they carry it. You understand, my friend?
Yes.
Me could have involved in the thing. Look, for example, one man come 2 days ago and he asked me for $10,000. Me hand him Jeffa? No. I went and find out first before I give him the money. If me can get him back. You understand?
Yes. But
so they do here, he not have a job because the work where he was on, he actually walk off the job there. He can knock off the job. How me can go he? You know these people are coming in the country, there is not Guyanese come and do this business. They don't have a legal document. How you can come to go and do such an arrangement? You not have a signed document with them. How you can go and make such a big claim over them people is?
But Carlo, let me ask you a question.
You free to?
You never been deceived before?
In that manner, eh?
Not in that in any way. Somebody never ripped you off money?
Well, at presently now, somebody tried to rip me, but I never get through.
Right. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in the past. I'm sure, like myself, like so many who are listening, we all been duped, deceived, and cheated before. Would you put yourself in the group with us who've been deceived and ripped off?
If somebody ripped off
Yes.
by an organization that recognizes,
Yes.
I would agree. I would 100%, million% side that person. They rip off in an illegal management.
Yes.
But if somebody rip in an illegal management, I can't support them because you don't have no legal document showing the people them what basic you come in under. You only come and open a fancy scheme. Only that it work. I hear that thing in Sophia. I was around Sophia when I hear a black guy come and tell one of my relatives that this was it and that was it and that was it. I said, girl, you stop it right there. You don't want to eat. That thing got fraud inside.
Okay. All
So
right.
we can't blame nobody for that. If that was this previous government, that's already been done got under the earth.
Okay.
Now
All
we still there up above afloat.
I have to go, caller. We're coming up to the
I
end of the.
understand the time was up.
Yes. Thank you for calling, and
You have a wonderful rest of the day too.
please keep calling. Okay.
Yeah, no brother.
Okay. Bye bye. Have a good day. Well, we are at the end of our show, and I thank you for your phone calls. I thank you for for listening. I thank you for spending this time with me. And today, we had an issue that really resonated with many of you, and it's this poor woman who lost close to $1 million in the Ponzi scheme. And it really hurts me. I know some people will never, ever get caught in a Ponzi scheme, and I know that. I am one of them. But on the other hand, I know some of the best and the brightest minds who fell into Ponzi scheme. And I will not judge anyone who fell into a Ponzi scheme. I mean, they already beaten themselves up for allowing this to happen to them. So I cannot beat them up any more than they're already beating themselves up. I just praying for that poor woman to be able to get her money back. I just praying for those in authorities that will do everything within their power to make sure every single person who was ripped off and robbed in this Ponzi scheme will get their money back. 'Cause majority of those people who got caught in that are the poor, the powerless, and the peasants. Some people, the whole life savings they lost. So as we come to a close again, reminding you to listen to the Glenn Lowell Show tonight at 7:20 p.m. And again, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, listen to Mr. Glenn Lowell at 7:20 p.m. or for rebroadcast on a daily basis at 1100 hours. My time is up. And I want to remind you that we're going through some dark nights, some difficult days. We're going through a pandemic, high employment, unemployment, a lack of funds, basic necessities people can't afford. People are struggling. People are losing their jobs. People are dying from this virus. All the things that you can think can go wrong is going wrong today. People needs help. And I call on you to pray for Guyana, pray for our leaders, pray for our president. Pray for the poor, the powerless, the peasants. And pray for a new contract with Exxon, that every Guyanese will be able to put a roti on their table, that every Guyanese will have a better life. And I pray that you will join me in praying for this nation. So and as I go, I remind you that weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. I pray that may God give you the desires of your heart for this new year. This is Tony from Machinoy signing off from the Wake Up Guyana show, and God's willing, I'll see you tomorrow at 1400 hours. Bye for now.
GPL Public Advisory. Major planned maintenance for Wednesday, March 10th, 2021 on the east coast of Demerara from Unity to Bijval from 9 hours to 15 hours. The reason for this outage: transfer high voltage mains and line hardware to 17 new 14-meter poles and remove old poles. Major plant maintenance also for Berbice in Blackbush Polder from 10 hours to 16 hours. Reason for this outage: transfer high voltage mains and line hardware to 5 new 12-meter poles, replace 7 cross arms and pole top pins, service high voltage jumpers, and remove vegetation. Weekly plant maintenance allows for routine inspection and maintenance of the network to provide customers with a reliable supply of electricity. GPL, empowering you.